Hello, everybody. Welcome to Silent Podcast, where we're anything but silent. My name is Sabrina, and I'm your host of I'm Pleased to Tell You, the Amazing Race podcast. And here with me is my fabulous co-host, Miss Janelle. How are you doing today?
Hey Sabrina, I'm good. I'm excited to talk about this one as usual.
Me too. And we are talking about episode 7 of this current season of our Big Brother Amazing Race mashup. And I think things are starting to get, I don't want to say more intense, but we're getting closer to the final. We probably have, my guess is maybe 4 more episodes because
Yeah,
there continues to be this tease of the may be eliminated, and that hasn't happened yet. So I'm assuming there'll at least be one non-elimination leg, and then I would say 2 or 3 more standard episodes before we get to our final 3 finale. So it's coming close. It's getting there.
yeah, I'm excited. Who are you rooting for the most, Sabrina?
Oh gosh. Honestly, I'm really rooting for Izzy and Paige.
Yeah, I am
I,
too.
like,
Me too. My top three teams are Taylor. Of course, I always have to root for Taylor. So Taylor and Kylan, Izzy and Paige, and I really like Joseph and Adam. I don't know. Those are
honestly,
my
true. I do like how Justin and Adam have been running the race. I feel like they've been like kind of staying away from drama. They've been just trying their best, and they're honestly working pretty well together. And they know like when like Adam can't do things, so Joseph takes over, and it works out pretty well for
Mhm.
them. So they're definitely running the race pretty well so far. So I don't hate it either. And I like all like this whole cast pretty much. I don't really have anybody that I'm rooting against at this point.
Yeah,
I still love an underdog, so that's kind of why I'm rooting more for Izzy and Paige because they still have some room to climb up to the top, and I
yeah,
want that for them. And
yeah.
honestly, they are constantly giving me like great meme material, so I do love that.
They're so funny. I really like their dynamic. And to me, you can really see how they work together. And they prioritize like communicating and enjoying themselves over bickering and fighting. Like, I
Absolutely.
just like how they run the race together a lot.
Yeah, I love their dynamic. Like they really, really get each other, and you can tell like they really care about each other. And yeah, they're not like fighting when they don't need to. Like they know how to like make sure they're both like okay. I love that.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, so starting off at our first clue, these teams find out they're going to Romania, which cool. I just think about is that where vampires are supposed to be from? Romania, right? Isn't that true?
Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
And we still have a little bit of a gap between our first and seventh people. Tucker and Eric are first again, leaving the mat at 11:55, and then Izzy and Paige leave at 3 o'clock. So it's not as bad as it's been because I feel like the worst we had was like a 6 hour gap or something crazy. So
Mhm.
now we're only at like a 3-ish hour, so it's getting better, but it
Yeah.
ends up being an equalizer anyways because they have to get flights to get to Romania.
Yeah.
Um, so all of them decide to go to a travel agency to get these flights, and there is only 2 flights that get to Romania. And I believe there's like a 4-hour gap or something like that between
Yeah.
the flights. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a pretty big gap for it being like an equalizer and getting teams to get to this next scenario. But I don't hate it either because it's still somewhat of like a closer between the groups.
Yeah.
And thankfully, it ends up not even mattering when they get
It
to
doesn't.
Romania. No,
Yeah.
so like it ends up being fine, but we do see that there's an issue at the travel agency where Natalie and Stephanie are trying to get their tickets, and Joseph and Adam are trying to buy the 4 of them together in one transaction, which seems like they've done this in the past before with
Yeah.
like train tickets, and it's worked out fine for them. But they realize that now there's not enough tickets for this flight for all 4 of these people to get on the plane, and
Right.
Adam hands the person his
Passport.
passport. So it kind of starts the progress, and they're both kind of like, well, it's a race. We can't really like take it back, which is, I think, the right thing. Like, obviously you're racing, you want to win. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
But the guy behind the counter is not happy with them.
I know, he's like, "You're not a gentleman. You're not a gentleman." I was like, "Oh, shut up." But
Like,
Joseph
it's
said he said that they got there first. Like, technically, they beat them there. So I feel like it's only right that the team that arrived at the travel agency first should get the tickets, right? So what
honestly,
is
I
it?
agree.
Yeah, it's all the boy teams, right? All the boy
Mhm.
teams. No. Taylor and Kylan. What are the first three teams?
No, you're right. It was Taylor and Kyland, Jag and Jazz, and Tucker and Eric.
But didn't Joseph and them get on there too? Because that was the discrepancy.
They did. I think it was those four teams got on the first
Okay.
flight. Yes.
Yes.
And
All
then
four.
yes. And then the final three teams who got on the second flight was Natalie and Stephanie, Jack and Chelsea, and Izzy and Paige.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep. And Natalie
And
yeah. Yep. Okay.
And seeing that big gap in the flight times, I was a little nervous and kind of like bummed out because it was such a small group that would have been in last if that was the case. And I was like, man, we're too far like in this race and too close to the end where I'm like, I hate that would be the determining factor for somebody to leave the race. But like I said, it doesn't matter because they get to the airfield, which has their clue, and it's an overnight stay. So they have these like shipping container bunk bed situations that they have to stay in overnight. And that's when they finally are all together for the first time in several legs.
Yes. And of course, I got a little behind the scenes tea.
Yes.
They said that so much stuff went down at the bunkers that could have been an episode in itself. So apparently, Izzy and Jazz really, not Izzy, Paige and Jazz really get into a heated argument over, I'm guessing, the U-turn situation.
Oh,
They showed all nice, huggy on the episode, but that's not how it went from my understanding. That there was a huge fight. and everybody said that Jag and Jazz act like they saw a ghost when Izzy and Paige showed up because they didn't know. Like they were all waiting up until this point. They didn't know if it was Rubina and Christine, Izzy and Paige, or Hannah and Simone. No, they didn't know because they had been at the back of the pack. So we missed that drama. Taylor said that also it was overheard that her and Chelsea were chatting and they were talking about a potential like future U-turn. And when Chelsea said to Taylor, who do we U-turn? Like, what do you think is going to happen? And Taylor's like, a boys team. And then that was overheard by Jag and Jazz and whatever. A lot of stuff they said went down at that time that really impacts how the rest of the race is going to play out. And for whatever reason, they didn't show us that to us. So a lot of the players are saying that they're curious how they're going to tell the story of the rest of the season when they're leaving out such pivotal things as to why the season goes the way it does. And I'll add something later when we get deeper in. There's another little story that Joseph told that I'll share later.
Yeah.
Why? I'm like, why?
Like,
see the
literally,
argument.
Like, first off, I love that you bring this to the podcast because you are on top of like the back, like behind the scenes, like backstage stuff, and I love it. And second off, I feel like this show in particular, like Amazing Race, it's never been about like drama or like stuff like that. And that's usually why they don't show it. Usually they show it more of like as a family friendly, like adventure show, right? But with this season, because we have all Big Brother players, and that is obviously well known for Big Brother having the dramatics, like I absolutely agree that they should have shown this is like important information, like, and especially if the other contestants are saying that it's, you know, going towards the rest of the season and it makes sense for the rest of the season, like they should have gave us a little more tea in the episodes 100% because
or even if have an understanding of some of the dynamics that caused the season to play out the way it does, you know?
Right. Absolutely. So I guess we'll see how it goes the rest of the season and see
I
what the
know, I
editing
can't
does. But I don't.
I cannot wait, Sabrina. I'm like, oh, what are we gonna see? Or what are we not gonna see in this case?
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they spend the night at these bunk bed shipping container things, whatever, and then the roadblock is first thing in the morning, which is who's ready to jump into the race is the clue, and it is skydiving,
Nope.
which I would absolutely do this. Like this is
Really?
yes, yes. Like I really want to
Yeah.
skydive, and if that was my option in the race, I am hands down taking it.
You want to jump out of a plane?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
Nope. And it takes me back to, I was just watching a documentary and it takes me back to like, what human did this first? That's what I would like to know.
Okay, honestly
Like,
though,
what
good point.
human did this
Good
first?
point.
Like, let me test this out. Let me go jump out of a plane. Yeah, I don't think that humans are supposed to do things like that. So if I have an option, I'm absolutely not doing it. No way.
And I love how when they were deciding who was going to do it, how like Paige was like, I'm literally I have to support Izzy in this, and I have to take this roadblock. And I love when Izzy was like down there waiting, and they were like, "Are you good or whatever?" And I was like, she was like dancing or whatever, and they're like, well, are you happy because you're not doing this, or are you nervous for Paige? And she's like, it's a little bit of both. And it like
It's so funny.
listen, I love the little quips from her. It just makes me laugh every
Yes.
episode.
And then Paige talking about, I think I might cry. I would be crying with Paige. Like, nope. Mm-mm. And I think, what did
I
she
know it
say?
seemed like
She's gonna put it
um
in her wedding vows or something, that Izzy's gonna be paying her back for this for a very long time.
yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
I loved the comments from everybody during this roadblock because either people were terrified out of their mind or like really
Mhm.
excited. And
Yeah.
I one of my favorite parts too is whenever Joseph was about to jump out and was like, Taylor, I love you. And I was like, what are we doing? Like what?
He's gonna tell her he loves her in case he dies, I guess. I love them too. I love that they still have such a friendly relationship till this
It's so
day.
funny. I love how Taylor's just like, oh my god.
Oh, yes.
Wait, so when this was filmed, how long had it been since they broken up?
Oh, a long time. Because
Right?
this was
Like,
filmed like, I wanna say, like February, March, April of 24. So it's not even been a year since it filmed.
oh,
So the
I thought it was
beginning of,
filmed like this year.
you might be right. It might be 25. You're right. I think you're right. You're right. You're right. It was beginning of this year. The
Okay,
spring
okay.
of this year. I'm sorry. Got my
No, you're
years
good.
mixed up. But yes, the beginning of this year. So it's been a good 2 years or something. But if you follow them in any capacity, they still hang out. They're still all around each other, even with Kyland.
Yeah,
Like, it's like they still talk all the time according to them. So they still have a great friendship.
which is great. Like if that's how it had to be, it works out like that sometimes, and that's cool.
Yeah. That's what I would hope, as
Right?
much
Yeah.
as it's ugly.
No, of
Yeah.
course. And then with the roadblock as well, Joseph had to perform it because of Adam had some, with his medical issues, he couldn't jump from the plane. So lucky
Yep.
Joseph.
Right. You have a choice. Yeah.
But everybody gets through unscathed. It's all good. There were some people that landed at different times from whenever they jumped. Like I think it was the
Yes.
first plane where there was like a little bit of like somebody landed right before another person was supposed to. But it doesn't
Yeah.
seem like it affects the rest of the race that much, at least
I
from what we saw.
It was Taylor landed first. I'd be like, I would have never thought to even say, get me down there quicker. And then Tucker, I think, and then Joseph. But she said, but they arrived at the next task last because she told some story about when they landed, her guy didn't have the clue and they had to run off and get it and run back. And that made them, she was pissed. She was not
Oh.
happy. And she
Oh,
was
that was
really,
sucked.
yeah, she really seemed frustrated about that because it was a lot of running, she said too. But I,
Yeah.
I, I was surprised they didn't land in the order they jumped.
Right. Yeah.
Why?
That's what
I
I'm
don't know why.
saying. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Then
Yeah.
whatever. So we get through this roadblock. It's just kind of a timing thing. Next thing they have to do is go across the road to a sheep farm.
Mhm.
And it's another route info where the teams have to corral 5 different sheep that have a little like a blue dot on their back into like a
Mhm.
smaller pen, and only those 5 sheep can be in that pen before they can get their clue.
Yeah.
And it seemed like overall it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Like everybody like eventually gets it, and
Mhm.
nobody's having like a huge amount of trouble except for was it Natalie and Stephanie's sheep like that jumped over, or was that Kylan and
Several
Taylor's?
Kylan and Taylor's now Kylan and Taylor said their sheep kept hopping and they didn't know what to do because they would get them in there and they whoop right out of there. I think it was, according to some things that I'm hearing, it was not as easy as they showed, but
Hmm.
I don't know. It didn't seem too bad. Watching it, I agree. But yeah.
I know, I love when the
Yeah,
sheep just hopped right over like bloop.
yep.
I didn't
Like
even
it
think
was
that was an
nothing.
option.
It was seemed high. I didn't know sheep could hop that high.
I know. I didn't think it was going to be like that easy for them. I was like, wait, hold on. There's another element to this.
Yeah.
I don't know. When it comes to like animal challenges, I mean, you got to be like so lucky.
Yes. It could really ruin you. I've seen some seasons in the past where the animals just did not cooperate. I don't know,
Yes.
like, because all you can do is keep trying until you get it, but
Yes.
it was relatively smooth sailing. It's at least for the edit,
Exactly. The edit showed that for sure. And I'm sure it was harder than what we saw. But yeah, I was really shocked that it wasn't like nobody was having like a super, super hard time. So good on them. They got through another animal challenge fine. So they just keep getting all these route infos. Like all these challenges, except for the roadblock, was a route info. So the sheep route info. This next one, another route info where they have to assemble a pontoon boat and paddle themselves in the middle of the river to get another clue.
Right.
And this one, honestly, it almost seems even like a detour because they have to put the thing together and then go and
Right.
do it. I was like,
Yes.
what? Like, what are we doing? Like, we're just like continuing just to do more and more challenges, which I don't hate. I mean, I love more challenges than anything. Um, but this one was another one where people did okay. Like Joseph and Adam almost capsized, but overall they did okay.
Yeah,
Like,
I think Tucker and Eric got there first, and Joseph and Adam, the first 3 teams, Jag and Jazz,
yeah.
Taylor Kyland. So it was pretty uneventful as far as the edit goes.
Hmm.
Joseph did share that, like, during this part of the leg, his brother was really struggling with his sugar.
Hmm.
And like, and we saw them struggling with their weight distribution. Like they were getting on that thing and it was sinking, like literally
Hmm.
sinking. But he said his brother brought up that his sugar was low. And he said, I know that if he says something to me, it's really bad. And he said he was debating, like in the middle of the plantoon, whether or not to like jump off, go get him orange juice and come back. But then he said he didn't know if he jumped off and ran back, if that would DQ them and they would have to start all over anyway. And
Oh.
during this time, that's how Jag and Jas were able to actually lap them because Joseph and Adam were right
Oh.
behind Tucker, like this whole leg. So at that point, Jazz and Jag lapped them. Joseph and Adam did continue on and they did finish it. But when they got back, Adam immediately had to go see production. And what they didn't show is Joseph said after Adam got off the boat and went to see production to get some, sugar in his
Mhm.
system, he could not get the boat out of the water by himself. Jag and
Oh,
Jazz had
no.
finished, left were on their way to their car already. But then when they realized that Joseph and Adam fell behind because of Adam's sugar, they ran back and they helped Joseph get that boat out of the water. So we did
Wow.
see them help them in the episode, but it didn't show that they left and then like were on their way to their car and then noticed and realized what was happening and chose to come back and help them. So that is one thing that Joseph said, like, look, like this has a big impact on the future race. Like they didn't have to do that. They didn't have to stop racing and come help us, but they
Yeah.
did. So he said that meant a lot to him and his brother. So um, I wish, like, I guess we're gonna see something happen to, I'm guessing some loyalty to those two happens that people are gonna
Yeah.
wonder about, but that's what he said was like that happened and they really appreciated it. And that's a really stand-up thing to do in a game for a
Yeah.
long
I was like, that's
you know?
really awesome that they did that. And I hope
I don't know
that
why they
if
didn't show it.
so I'm wondering if like maybe in a future episode if something happens to where Joseph and Adam have to make some kind of choice, maybe they'll show a flashback
I
and
hope so.
kind of be like, hey, they helped us out at this point, like last leg or whatever it is. And like I
Yeah,
hope they do because it will make the narrative better. Like it will make
it
sense
makes it
to
make
the
sense.
viewers.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
When he was telling that story, I'm like, what is production doing? Like, just
For
give
real.
us a
Yeah.
tidbit of these things, especially if it's important to the rest of the season. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, that is so strange he wouldn't show that. Like, I can understand like little things here and there, but that seems like a pretty big help. Like, and a pretty big
Yeah.
thing for somebody to like, they literally left the challenge already. Like, that should have been in this edit, but I
Yeah.
don't know. Oh, whatever. What are we doing, production? Come on. Give
Yeah.
us the information. Okay. So we finally have a detour after 3 challenges that were not detours. And so
Oh,
the
okay, I can't wait to I know you have to tell us what they are, but I can't wait to hear which one you would pick.
yes. Okay, so we have 2 choices as always. Choice A is brick builder. So teams have to go to a little farm area and make 10 bricks out of clay, straw, manure, and water. And there's a specific mold they use and like how high they need the bricks, and they get it cleared. The other one is mask maker, which they have to make 2 winter masks, which are used to ward off evil spirits, and they have to do them. They're pretty exact, like they're particular. And once they're done, they can move on. And every team except for Izzy and Paige chose brick builder. Izzy and Paige
Mhm.
chose mask maker. And I personally would probably do with the way it sounded on the clue and just the directions. I probably would have chosen brick builder.
Same.
Yeah.
And after I saw what Izzy and Paige had to do, like hope I think I agree with them that the order in which you assembled the mask was very, very important. And I don't know if I could have recognized that personally. I don't think you necessarily have to sew perfectly. I don't think that was the
Right.
challenge. I
No.
think looking at the details and figuring out the order in which you needed to assemble the pieces so it came out correctly was the key to this challenge. And those two are very, very, they pay a lot of attention to detail and
Yes.
they're like slow and steady, but they get it done usually
Mhm.
within the first time, you know? So I think that was the
Yes.
perfect challenge for them. But I don't know how
Yes.
successful I would be. But watching them roll around in the sheep poop was
Yeah.
not like I I would not be happy at all once,
For
you
for
know?
me, like whenever I saw them doing like when they did the demonstration, like whenever Phil was like explaining the different tasks and when the
Mhm.
local person was using like his bare hands to like make the brick, I was like, "Oh, they're going to have gloves. It's going to be fine." And no. Nope. Nope. Everybody was covered literally up to their elbows in sheep
No.
poop. I'm like,
Yes.
do I want to be there? Do I really want to be there? I don't know.
Oh,
But I will say that with the order that you have to do, like the mask in, if you make a mistake,
you have to take it apart or
yeah,
start over.
yeah. And with the brick, at least, if you made a mistake, it seems a pretty easy fix.
Yes, yes, yes. It might be like physically taxing
Right,
and disgusting.
right.
And I noticed like Taylor and maybe Chelsea, the guys' hands were dirty. They just like used the tools. That would be me. Like you put your hands in the poop, you mix the poop, make the mud poop, go and I'll mix. I will go get your buckets. I will go shovel the stuff into the buckets. But as far as forming the bricks, mm-mm. I would try to steer clear of that. Nope. Mm-mm.
I, and I'm like,
Chelsea was like, "Ugh." Exactly, Chelsea. It was not no mud pie. That's what her dad said, Mr. Jack. That's not a mud pie.
no,
Mm-mm.
that's gross. Either way. I when I was like thinking about that, I was like, okay, I've been a healthcare worker for 10 years and I'm like, I've dealt with my fair share of
Bodily fluid.
bodily fluids. And so I'm like, okay, I on like command can breathe through my mouth and not smell anything. So like I would definitely
Right.
put that into use and just kind of be like, all right, this is not poop. This is just mud. We're fine. We're gonna get through this. But yeah, that would be really rough. And especially when it seems like obviously that we don't really get a lot of that information, but apparently I guess it smelled god awful. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know. That would be really, really
Oh,
tough. But I probably would pick that one though. I really do. Even
yeah,
after seeing both options.
I would might regret it once I got there, but like once you're there, it's crazy to leave and just because it
Right.
smells. You know what I mean? You just have to
And
go, you just have to tough it out.
and speaking of that, we have not yet had a switch yet in a detour.
Really?
Not this season, I don't think.
I think you're right. Hannah and Simone almost did, but then they couldn't get directions to the other place. I think that they
Yeah.
made the right decision, but yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Very
And
good.
like rarely does it like really work out. Like unless you're kind of in the beginning of stages of the race where there's a lot of people left and you have that like kind of
Mhm.
buffer for people. Sometimes it works out great, but it's not all the time. So I wonder if they kind of all have the same mindset of like, well, we're gonna stick with one or else we're gonna waste time by going to the other place and trying to find it and probably lose more time. So I think it is really interesting that nobody's done any switches yet. I wonder if that'll happen at all this race.
Oh, got a couple more legs. We'll
We'll
see.
see. We'll see. I love how whenever Jag and Jazz finished, they were like, "Yay!" and they were gonna like high five, and they were like, "Oh, never mind."
So bad. I cannot imagine. I
So
would not
gross.
want to hand wash my and then having like you can't even like throw your clothes in the washing machine. Then you
Right,
gotta
right.
wash them at a hotel sink or whatever they do. Like, oh
Disgusting.
my
Oh
god,
yeah, like
so
oh, that is
bad.
so freaking nasty to have to wash it in a sink like that. And yeah, where do they
Mhm.
wash their hands when they were done? Like, was there like a sink just ready to go? Like,
I
you
think
just
that they probably just went to like wherever they were filling the buckets and like cleaned it off. I don't know if they had
mm,
soap. I doubt it.
oh, oh, that's so
Ugh.
gross. No, see, no, yeah, no. If I don't have like soap and water ready for me, like, oh my god, no.
Yeah.
And after this, it is straight to the pit stop, and Tucker and Eric win
First
again,
place. Yeah.
4 in a row.
Nope.
This
Somebody got to get them.
this is insane. I know we were literally talking it like this about Jag and Jazz for the first few episodes, and now it's still the Tucker and Eric show. Like Jag and Jazz obviously are still killing it. Like they're still in the
Right.
top basically every time. But Tucker and Eric, I don't know, they've just been killing these challenges. Like,
Yeah. Like I don't haven't noticed like any mistakes. Like they haven't gotten lost really. They haven't misread their clue. Like
nope.
nothing has slowed them down whatsoever. So they better do something. I don't know what they're gonna do, but they better do something.
I I forgot to look this up, but I'm still wondering about the length of this express pass, like when they can use it up until
I
because
think
we
8.
still have eight
Yeah, I
people
think 8.
left.
No, I think the 8th leg, the next leg.
Oh,
I
oh,
think
okay. So we might have some express passes used then next episode.
yeah.
Yeah, because this is leg 7.
Mhm. So
Okay,
I'm
well
pretty
that'll
sure
be
it's the
interesting.
8th leg. It's gonna be so next episode, we should see 2 express passes coming into play.
That'll be really interesting. And I feel
Mhm.
like it won't change much for Jag and Jazz because they're still always at the top, so it's not going to be a big deal. But Kyle and Taylor, it could shake something up. Because they placed 4th this episode, which our whole placement is Tucker and Eric in 1st, Jag and Jazz in 2nd, Joseph and Adam in 3rd, Kylan and Taylor 4th, Jack and Chelsea 5th, 6th place Izzy and Paige, and then unfortunately eliminated was Natalie and Stephanie, which there was the potential of a non-elimination leg this race
Mhm.
again, but it didn't happen. They were sent home. That's why I'm assuming there's going to be at least one non-elimination coming up soon. I would think maybe even next episode or the episode after that. And I think y'all were right about how it might have been like a production thing of like, okay, we gotta wait till like a favorite team at the end, which is funny to me because I feel like all of these teams have been I mean, I like them all, so like I wouldn't be upset if any of them got saved
Yeah.
from a non-elimination. But I mean, I could see like if Kylan and Taylor got last, I could see them getting saved from a non-elimination. But I don't know.
Listen, as much as I love, it's this round, right? I'm pretty because I always get my episodes like mixed up, but I'm pretty sure it's this round. Yes, because on the way to see Phil, we see Paige and Izzy driving, and they see Chelsea and Jack asking for directions. So they were racing each other
Yes,
for
yes.
an unknown placement at that point, at least to
Mhm.
Paige and Izzy, you know. So when they were running up to Phil, oh, did you see Izzy running? I love her, but trying to run past Chelsea, and I'm like, Izzy, run! Like, move your legs. Did you notice that?
For me, honestly, I was like in my brain, I was more excited and giving props to Jack for like winning a
Oh,
foot race.
listen, go back and watch because it's like Izzy is doing a turtle run. I'm like, Izzy, run! Like you, this is like between first and like potentially last.
Right.
Oh,
Yes.
Sabrina, you must go back
I
and
gotta
just
go back.
rewatch that little part because I was like, Izzy, I was just chuckling. But to be fair to her, I know she's physically exhausted. And
Yes.
I know, like, to me, it's apparent in this race how much it means to her. You
Hmm.
know, you could just tell that it means a lot to them. So I know she was giving her all in that moment, but it just
Like I said,
really made me chuckle.
I was so focused on Jack because I was cheering him on because I was like, usually the older people don't, win a foot race, and
Yeah.
like he was like getting it. I was like, okay. I was like, yes. It's like, I was like, being a
Especially
firefighter
with
really helped you out. Like,
Yes, especially with his knee troubles. Like, yeah. So, and Chelsea, and I don't think I mentioned this last time, but Chelsea said he's been running or walking everywhere since leg 2. She said he stopped running. He wouldn't run. He said he needed to preserve his kneecaps. So he refused to run. And she said, even at one point, production is like, this is amazing race, not the amazing run, or this is the amazing race, not the amazing walk. Like
ah,
production literally said that to them. And she's like, well, you better change the name because he won't run.
no.
So I give Jack props. Jack, you better run to that to Phil
Yeah, he
and
was like,
not
I
go
am not
home.
losing today.
Right.
And speaking of Phil at the pit stop, I loved when Joseph and Adam and Kylan and Taylor got there and tried to hug Phil, and Phil was like, hell no, and was like running away from the mat. I've never seen him do something like that, so that was great.
And I've never seen anybody try to chase Phil down to hug him with
Right?
sheep poop. Yes. I
I really
love
like
him.
that. I feel like as the years have gone on and as the seasons have gone on, Phil's become a little more like, I feel like his personalities come out a little bit more because he used to be
Mhm.
so like straight
Stone face.
faced, like
Yeah.
yeah, and nothing really much more. And like I feel like now he's becoming like more friendly with the contestants, like he's becoming like just trying to know more about them and trying to be more involved. And I wonder if that comes from like Julie Chen and Jeff Probst being like the other, two out of like the big three shows. And maybe he's maybe taking notes from that. I don't know. And what I know is that um Phil was actually first pick to be host of Survivor.
Right. I did
Fun
know that.
fact.
Yeah.
And he turned it down. And I think he was the person who mentioned Jeff to them. I think he said, like, oh, this
Mm.
guy's great. Or he heard that he was being cast as the host and was like, oh, yeah, Jeff's great. Like, he'll be a good host.
Yeah.
But I thought that was really interesting to know that, like, he could have been, in a more animated kind of role as a host and then was placed at The Amazing Race. But I am liking the difference in like his personality now. And like I met Phil about 10 years ago now. And I think it was about 2015 when I met him. He was at a South by Southwest movie premiere for he was either a producer or his friend was producing a film. And that was weird for me too because he was still kind of like, normally when he hosts he's like, this back
Yeah.
then, and in person he was so much more like lively and like personable, and I was like, this is so weird, this is not what I expected, this is crazy. But he's kind of bringing that side, it seems like, into his hosting. It's been really enjoyable to watch him. Like I love him as a host. He's so great. And can he bring back Tough as Nails, please, Phil? Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with you. I enjoy this much more personable Phil a lot. Like I don't have any knocks for old Phil, but seeing new Phil, I really like how he's
Yeah,
getting involved with everything. It makes it much
absolutely.
more fun.
Yes. Okay, so next episode, top 6.
Yeah.
I know that we talked crazy. We talked last time about who we think's gonna win, and then we talked about who we're rooting for. I'm still rooting for Izzy and Paige. They're still the comeback queens. I'm ready for them to jump up at least a place or two. Like maybe they'll
Yeah.
get there. I don't know.
I really
Um,
want to. I see their passion. Like I see how much it means to them. So I really want it for them.
mhm.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's gonna be a tough battle for these last teams because everybody is very good. And
Yeah.
especially like our top like 3 to 4, the ones that are consistently in top 3 and 4 are very, very good. And
Yeah.
it's gonna take just one
Mistake.
slip up. Yeah,
Yeah.
really.
I am worried if there's dancing for Kylan and Joseph because it's tragic. I love
Mhm.
them, but I like them both, especially Joseph, but I've seen it. Sabrina.
Like, I know, right?
Sabrina!
I know, like, wait until it's like a route info where they have to do it, you know? Like, it's
Yes. And I think that that's what's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be a thing where the both of them have to do it, and God help those teams. That might switch up the placement.
Yep.
I don't know. Something tells me that Jag and Joss are gonna be able to dance because we did see them. I have no idea about Tucker and Eric.
No clue.
So, you know, it might be something where teams switch up because we've seen teams really struggle in these dancing things in the past. I hope
Mhm.
it's hard.
Mhm.
I thought the other one
So
was kind of easy.
I think so too. I think for a dancing challenge, it was fairly easy. Like,
Yeah,
there's been
we've
some
seen
really
big
difficult ones in the
ones.
past,
Yeah,
so yes.
for sure.
Yes. And also rooting for Izzy and Paige because they're the last all-female team.
I know. Come on, you guys can do it. If anybody can do it, they anybody would have assumed they would have been gone 2 rounds ago. When they were
Yeah.
U-turned, they didn't,
Mhm.
and they started off last and they still made it. And
Mhm.
Natalie and Stephanie have been a pretty strong team all along.
Yep.
They've been consistent, and I feel like if their placement hadn't been in the back, if that made the difference for them, I feel like. Because I don't feel like
Yeah.
they took extra long to do any of the tasks.
Not
They were good
really.
behind. Yeah. They did get lost a little bit or didn't park right, at the brick
Oh, yeah,
thing,
the
but
parking. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about
yeah.
that. I don't know.
So
I feel like this was definitely a harder episode or a harder leg to pass people. It seemed like everything was
yeah,
kind of close by, and it wasn't really like a lot of navigation. I mean, it was a little bit, but it wasn't like crazy. Like it was all kind of in the
yeah,
same vicinity. So it was like, like, and the challenges are fairly straightforward. It was just like you just got to put your head down and do it, kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So we'll see. Hopefully, next episode's a little more crazy. It will be, especially if these express passes get used.
I'm
We'll see.
excited. Let's go.
Let's go. And then I know you said something about how there might be another U-turn coming up.
I keep hearing chatter about that. I don't know where that chatter is coming from, but I heard that, and I heard that it's potentially one of those vote on things, which enrages me. I don't like that at
Yeah,
all.
completely
Enraged.
agree. Completely.
Yes,
There was a voting U-turn, I believe it was 2 seasons ago,
I remember that.
and total BS. Like, I think it's stupid too. I
Yeah.
think that Amazing Race is one of the few shows where like really your merit is based off of your ability to complete a challenge. Like
Yes.
like
Yes.
you're not voting, there's no jury, you don't vote for a winner. Like you just got to be
Get
better than
there.
everybody else. Yeah.
Yes. And to be able to U-turn somebody, that person should have to be behind you. You should have to, if I want to U-turn Tucker and Eric, I should have to work my booty off to
Mhm.
beat them to that U-turn mat so that I
Yep.
get the opportunity to U-turn them. None of that, especially on a season where these people all know each other and there's pre-existing good relationships, pre-existing bad relationships. Like I absolutely, if that's the case, I absolutely hate it because it's so easy for friends and the alliances to gang up on the good team. If you want to
Mhm.
gang up on the good team, you have to beat them. So I hope
Yes.
that's not the case. I hope that rumor is not true.
I
I
know.
hope that if there is another U-turn, that at the very least it's a traditional one.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. Okay, and then where are we going next episode? I don't even look.
I don't remember. All I remember is Chelsea and Jack arguing.
Let's
That's
see.
what I remember.
Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can find it. Back. Okay. Oh, egg, where art thou? Is the name of the episode. Well, of course, it doesn't tell me where they're going. Well, they're going somewhere in Europe. You know that.
Yeah.
Okay, that is the end of our episode. So to finish off, Janelle, where can people find you? What else are you up to?
I'm not really up to much except for talking about the Amazing Race with you. So I'm just Janelle Michaud on all socials that matter.
Yay. Yes. And then I'm at Sabrizi2492, mostly Instagram. I'm on Twitter, but I barely get on, so don't message me. I probably won't see it for months. And this is all I'm doing as well, podcasting about one of my favorite shows ever. And I'm excited. We're getting to Endgame on this season, so hopefully the drama kicks up a little bit, or at least what they show us, production. We'll find out winter soon. I'm very excited. Okay. Thanks for listening, watching. 5-star review if you liked it. If you didn't, please don't leave a review. And we will see you next week. And enjoy the rest of y'all's days. Bye.
Bye, guys.